Welcome to the Ask an Aggie Podcast, where we're exploring the ins and outs of college life here in College Station. We want you to have the best college experience you can, so listen in as we dive into relevant topics that will help you navigate this new and exciting stage of life. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Ask an Aggie Podcast. Asher here, and we got a special guest today. This is not Jordan. This is Connor.
Hi.
Hi. Yes, there it is. And so today we are going to be talking about New Student Conference. See, Connor is working with us this summer at our church, and he actually just finished his NSC.
Yep.
You went
Yesterday.
this week? Yeah, yesterday was your last day. And so we figured with NSCs coming up and a lot of confusion surrounding what to do with the NSC, what does it look like? We figured, Connor, we'd bring you in here, and maybe you can help some people out.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Connor, I guess just first off, what did you have to do to prep for the NSC? Was there anything that you had to do?
Yeah, so what's on your AIS portal, the applicant information system, when you log in there, there's that checklist, and it's the main one that has all those things. So the main ones are just submitting your bacterial meningitis, making sure you get your math placement exam done, and all the other checklists to prepare. And besides that, really, there's not a whole lot. You just kind of go into it.
Okay, yeah. So what did that first day look like?
Yeah. So the first day you have, depending on if you're track A or track B, I was track B. So I had 2 sessions in the morning, and then we went to lunch. And then after lunch we came and we had a big meeting, and then we had 2 more sessions. So the first day is really more about getting to know A&M. You check in the morning, and they'll hand you a card. It has your name on it, and then it has a schedule for you. So you've got all that stuff laid out.
So everything's pretty much planned for you.
Yeah,
you
it's
just go where they
planned,
tell you.
and you just go where they tell you. So it's a lot easier and a lot less stressful than I think people make it. But you also have an orientation group after your big meeting.
You have some leaders who are helping you.
Exactly. And the orientation group is super helpful at getting you ready for A&M,
Okay.
kind of letting you know what's expected. And yeah.
So we've been meeting people out on campus, and one thing we've noticed, it's hot.
Yeah.
So what do we need to wear for the NSC?
Yeah.
That's always the question.
So A&M is going to send you a packet in the mail, and it's going to have a T-shirt. It's going to have some stickers for your laptop or your car. It's going to have a bunch of different things in there. Drawstring bag. And most people, the first day, were just wearing that A&M T-shirt. It says Class of 2025. It's really cool. And just some shorts. It's hot out there.
Yeah,
no need to wear anything
it's hot.
else.
I remember my New Student Conference, me and my mom got lost, right?
Oh, no.
So we stayed in some dorms on the south side. And yeah, we absolutely got lost, and so we ended up walking all the way down Wellborn, which is the main road next to campus, and we're lost. It's like 100 degrees.
Oh.
We get back to the dorm that we're staying in, and we are drenched.
Yeah.
So it is hot. You're
Yeah.
going to be coming in June, July, August, whatever it is. So be prepared for heat.
Yeah.
Bring water.
Exactly. Pro tip, sometimes your sessions will get done a little bit early before you're supposed to go to the next thing. Just go to the MSC. It's usually around everywhere that they're holding sessions, and it's cool inside.
It's cold in there. Yeah. So I brought my mom. Did you go with your parents?
I did. So I brought both of my parents the first day. And the first day, your parents are there with you to go into the meetings. The only time your parents aren't with you are when you go into your orientation group. And your orientation group has about 20 people in there. And you're in there for a little over an hour and a half, just going over like rules and some icebreakers. And you're really just trying to meet people. But everything else on day 1, your parents are there. The beginning of day 2, it's a little bit different. Day 2 is not like day 1, where everything's planned out, everything's back to back. Day 2 is a little bit more important because you are registering for classes.
Yeah.
But you're on your own because they take you into a computer lab later in the day, which sounds stressful, but it's really not as stressful as you think. So the first day you go into the dean's meeting, and your parents are with you there. And then out of the dean's meeting, you go into your major meeting.
Okay.
Parents are still there with you, and that lasts for about an hour. So you should be getting out around 10:30, then you have lunch.
So what is going on in that meeting? Are they telling you what classes you need to take?
So they're telling you what classes you should take, what you should expect, and they're going to give you some tips before you go in. So technically you register for classes at 2:30.
Yeah.
But you get to the computer lab at 1:30. That way you can have some time.
You got a lot of time to prep.
You got time to prep, and that's super helpful because your advisors are in there. And then as soon as 2:30 hits, you're able to register for classes, and you can get out of there as soon as you're done. but your parents cannot register for classes with you, so they're up with you until lunch, and then you're kind of on your own.
Yeah, you start to get that,
Yeah.
that college experience.
Yeah, a little bit.
Start to go into it. But the good thing is, at least what I remember, is the advisor is there giving you a ton of help.
They're giving you tips, they're giving you information,
Yeah.
Things you wouldn't even really be thinking about
Yeah.
or be worried about.
Yeah.
They're there, and the system is fairly easy to use, and so you're not going to be able to overlap classes.
Yeah.
With times. And so there's really
they make it very easy, because I remember I was nervous. I didn't know, did I need to have my schedule picked out before I showed up to NSC?
Yeah.
But the answer is no. You know,
no.
They help you through it. Some tips, I don't know if they told you any of these, but you know, we get questions about, okay, how do I choose a professor, anything like that. And so some stuff that I've used in the past is really helpful, and this will help you in future semesters, is aggiescheduler.com. I don't know if they told you about that, but it is an easy way to make a graphic schedule, and you can make you can make 1, you can make 5, and you know, because what happens is, you know, you schedule at 2:30 and you might hit it at 2:31 and it's full.
It's gone.
Yeah,
and that happened to me.
That just happens
in there.
And so Aggie Scheduler allows you to make multiple schedules, so you can have backups, and so you can just flip to another graphic.
Yeah.
But then also, you know, what professor should I take? There's always the classic Rate My Professor.
Yeah, Rate My Prof is easy.
The warning though is that people are either super impressed, but most likely they're really angry when they go and review. And so professors going to look a lot worse than they are. And then one thing that I personally used a lot was I just look up on Google TAMU grade distribution. And so you can actually look, there's 2 websites. One is like annex.us and one is like TAMU web reports or something. But it's the first 2 things that pop up, and you can actually just type in the course number, and it'll tell you in previous semesters what the grade distribution was, how many students got A's, how many students got B's, and it gives you an idea of, okay, what can I expect? Is this professor's going to be a hard grader or whatever? And not that I'm recommended taking a class just because it's easy,
but
I did that a lot.
Expectations.
Well, Connor, any other tips for anyone going into NSC while we close up?
So the main thing you do in that 1:30 to 2:30 time slot before you register is create that pre-registration worksheet.
Okay.
And so if you were able to do it beforehand, I actually had my friend Cooper, he came over last night, his NSC's tomorrow. Gotcha. And I was like, you know what, let's sit down at my apartment and let's try and do your pre-registration worksheet now. And then that gives that 1:30, 2:30 slot you to be able to focus on more specific classes or adding or dropping certain things. So you could talk
to the advisor and be like, hey, I already have this
a little bit more in depth instead of trying to rush it all. So if you are able to do your pre-registration worksheet before, I definitely suggest doing that. If you're not able to, it's no big deal. I was able to do it in that hour. But yeah, just don't stress yourself out too much. I think it's really easy to get there first day, and there's a lot of people and a lot of moving parts, and you just kind of stress yourself out. It's new, but really when you get there, I think A&M does a great job of putting you at ease and really simplifying everything. So just enjoy it. It's fun. You're going into college. It's new student conference.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Connor, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome to Aggie Land. It's exciting. And class of 25, we're excited to have you, and we're looking forward to seeing y'all at new student conferences. And for now, we'll catch you later.